I'm watching the news. Sorry. I'm actually watching the Rubin Report. Steven Crowder was on there, and I was trying to see what he was saying, but I don't think I'm going to be able to watch it because subtitles aren't working right. So who all's here? There's like 7 people here. I did something special for all of you. We have Studio Cam. So you can see Pup Shop Cats on the love seat behind the green screen. Yeah, I'm talking about you. Yeah, I am talking about you. Dave, what did Dave say? It's Tuesday in Singapore. Still crap though. Yeah, I don't like Mondays. I didn't like Sunday even more so. I did go to the so my doctor, who probably is watching right now, called me this morning and said, "Hey, guess what? You got a doctor's appointment." It's like, what? Wanted to see my hand. Mainly because he was pretty sure I needed a tetanus shot, and he was right. I thought didn't think I needed one. So who all's here? I don't have an actual guest. I have this guy here. I have this girl here. So, guys, if you are getting notifications as to your membership status in the comments, I apologize. I can't read them out to you guys because they don't show up. I'm not on YouTube. Steven Crowder is on the Rubin Report. I'm trying to see what's. I'll find it on. I will find it on Blaze TV and watch it because please don't call me Mr. Emler. That's my father's name, and he passed away. I am Mike. Mr. Emler was my father. That makes me sound like an elementary school teacher. The cup holder on this, I don't know. Yeah, you guys can see that cup holder on this chair. I'm using a different chair. Cup holder on this chair is just pretty bad because they didn't think it out. I can't move the camera, but the arm of the chair is like right there. So nearly lunchtime in Singapore. I am going to have a beer because I figure since I stabbed myself in the hand real good, what's the worst that could happen? Ethan Ruins EDC is here. Everybody sound off. Let's see who's here. The Yule Log Dog. Yeah, I mean, kind of. She's kind of just chilling, hanging out. Sharpens Ezo. You got a Magna Cut. I was going to talk to you guys a little bit about safety. Since someone mentioned sharpening, we need to talk a little bit about safety. It's important. There you go. End of conversation. Don't just. I honestly have stabbed myself a bunch of times. It's the stab wound is for as bad as it looked, and it goes all the way through, and it's about an inch. It's wider than an inch. I measured it. It's closer to an inch, and it's closer to 1.5 inches than it is to an inch. So figure I got 1.5 inches of that knife in my hand. It was relatively superficial. I only hit a little bit of muscle. The doctor specifically said that if I didn't have such beefy hands, that big chunk of meat right there, he said it could have been much worse. There was a lot more stuff there. I wanted to get enough bandages on there, Dave, to make sure that it, sorry, I'm watching. Steven Crowder got banned from YouTube again. If you guys like Steven's content, I do. I find him funny. It has nothing to do with politics. I just think he's funny. Go support him. Follow him on Rumble. I have an annual membership. So K Mason, how you doing? I'm hoping that what's his name? Metal Man Sean pops in because he said he sent me his address and stuff on Instagram, and he didn't find it. But the hand is fine. Thank you very much, Diver Dave. Let's see here. Mark's. Oh, speaking of memberships, guys, we currently had a drop off of memberships. We will go look at the membership list. If you think you're a member and you're not on this list, that would indicate that something happened. I don't care so much whether you want to be a member or not. That's not what I'm saying. Sometimes things happen and you don't realize it. We're going to log into good. Let's log in here and go to monetization. We'll go to memberships and we'll see all members. total. Oh, that's not what I wanted. I'm trying to pull it up so you guys can see it. See all. So we'll read them off. If you think you're supposed to be on this list and you are not, you may want to check your membership status. Let me share this screen with you. By the way, what did my wife say about the cut? Nothing much. She told me where the gauze was so that I could put a new bandage on it. That was about it. The reason I mentioned the membership stuff is I have a pretty good item set for the giveaway this month. It is a CRKT CLAX. I'm not CRKT. I'm sorry, CJRB CLAX designed by Dylan Mallory. It's a really nice knife. It's a fixed blade, and I'm going to be giving it away. And I know a lot of people were interested in it, and they're hard to come by. And I'm going to give one away for free. Let's go ahead and share that screen. I'm sorry, I haven't. Share a screen. Wow, this is every time I log in here, I find something new that they had not started. So we'll scroll down through here. We got Rick Cairns, Mocked Clown, Steve Pickering, Justin High, Kim Otterback. Kim actually has a bunch of really nice knives here at the house, and unfortunately, I'm not able to sharpen them because right now I got to keep this clean. EDC, I'm sorry, Rubicon 81, EDC Oz, Therapeutic Edge. Thank you, Peter. Bob MTB, Zach's Stuff, Double D, EDD, Josh Worth, Ethan Ruin, it's EDC, Eggs and Ham, Hold My Beer, Cameron 532, Stacy Bolster Blades, Big Red EDC, who just won last month's members give it away. Aaron Paratonto, hey, let's do it pronto. K Mason, Murky Ocean, Walt Gilbert, Burnt Toast, House YouTube, which is 2A Dave, Ken Harris, Winston Cobretti, James Straub, Casper with a bunch of numbers, Beard of the Weirdo, Nathan Thurman, Cue Ball 981, Kurt Crumco, Aiden Miguel, Snuzz Nuzz, Hiking with a Viking, Spitfire, Ben Otterbacher, Charles Martel, Ian Katagawa, Eric Mora, Juan 23, which is my buddy Juan I used to work with doing construction. Keith Robinson, I'm sorry. Bradley Leffert, Alex Io, Quick Subtle Tailus, Quixie, Chanabaji, Lock 4RY, Metal Man Sean. So I don't know who may have gotten missed, but there's people that have obviously fallen out because I think we had 54 and now I have 48. So just for you guys so you can know if your membership fell off, because tomorrow after I film a video, I'm going to edit the scroll up. So it's which 63 to 64 HRC. What knife did you get in Magna Cut? Just out of curiosity. Oh, I have an announcement for you guys that might be interested in sharpening stuff. I do have an announcement for you guys. I am opening up sharpening, and I'm going to do it differently. I know that in the past I had said I didn't want phone number calls. I didn't want emails because it was my personal number, and I decided that I didn't like that. So what I have done is I have an entire new phone number. So for sharpening, let's just go ahead and make up a banner. Let's make a new banner. Create a banner. Let's go in caps. Sharpening. All or text. 619. This is 254 because I have a new personal number. 254 9401. So scroll across the bottom as ticker, add. And let's go ahead and show that. So there you go. Call or text that number. I would prefer a call with a message. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I don't always answer that phone. Okay, Mason. Where is my bell? I moved the bell when we put the carpet down. this rug. Let me go get my bell. But ding, 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 K Mason. Let's see here. Where did I put that? It's here somewhere. It didn't go real far. I got to be careful. I'm behind you guys. I'm behind the green screen now. Shane Gables. Sugar Shane. What's going on? Let's bring that. Doesn't even faze the dog anymore. There you go. Shane, how are you, sir? I need to get you and I need to get John both on the show. So yeah, that's the new process. The reason is I get so much garbage junk mail that I just can't. I can't find, like, people like, oh, I sent you an email about text or about sharpening. I'm like, good God, I get so much junk mail. I have 4 email accounts. I used to have 5. And I had so many email accounts because I got so much trash. And so I stopped getting customer emails. Then I switched which email. My Gmail was fine for a long time. And now I get so much crap. I get stuff I never signed up for. I get stuff from the Republicans. I get stuff from Democrats. I get stuff from BLM. I get stuff from some other group. I can't even keep track of what all it is, and I don't want it. And so I'm just going to stop doing the email. I mean, you can still email me if you want, but follow it up with a call. It's a good idea. The phone will be on Do Not Disturb a lot of the time. It's just probably going to go to voicemail, but you can reach out to me that way. Catching the Ferrum Forge itch. Guys, I ain't gonna lie to you. I did the full review of this today. This was supposed to wind up being a giveaway to you guys. It's not gonna be. This is mine. You ain't getting it. I like this knife. This is that serious. This is that the Ray Laconico design Sirius. I've got some serious, I talked to the doctor. I've got some serious carpal tunnel stuff going on. So it's not getting better, but I can still sharpen ish. So yeah, I have an entire box full of super high-end knives. The sharpening deep cuts. What is it? Deep Cuts Cutlery. Big Rascal posted a pic on Instagram. Guys, I'm not gonna lie to you. I don't spend any time on Instagram. I post things on Instagram. That's it. If you're trying to tell me about something you posted on Instagram, it's a lost cause. I'm not going to go look for it. I do DMs with friends. I post things on Instagram. Other than that, I stay off of it. I hate Instagram. My friend Sam was texting me or DMing me. And I was like, why are we doing this? I hate Instagram. I hate everything about Instagram. I hate their policies. I hate the people that run it. I hate everything about it. They're pulling up posts. I'm probably going to lose my Instagram account, by the way, guys. They're pulling up posts from like 2010, 2000, like old posts, and they're marking them as community post guideline strikes. I'm like, oh, well, way to go. 4.5 years. 4.5 years that post has been up. And now you're going to hit it. So I post because it keeps people coming back. And then when I do post something relevant about a knife or something, they're more likely to see it. But yeah, I don't like anything about Instagram. I'm trying to transition away. I started a Rumble channel. I put up one video on Rumble. If you guys would be ever so kind, just do me a favor and follow me on Rumble as well. It's Mike Emler, all one word, because they wouldn't let me have CrazySharp. I don't know why. So I'm going to continue to post here. And I wanted to find out, this is all just stuff because I haven't done a live feed for a while, and I just want to get all this stuff out of the way. I would like to know, would you guys like to start seeing Saturday content as well? I don't want it to be like today's video went up and really it didn't do very well. So I don't want to go to the trouble of doing a video and then waste it on a day where people aren't going to watch it. So I'm going to put up a poll on my YouTube community tab, letting you know that I would like you guys to vote on it. So other than that, let's see here. Shane, you want to come in for a few minutes, Shane? You want to drop in and say hi so I can thank you for everything you did with the knife nuts thing? If you DM me your email address, I will send you a link. And we can have Shane Gable on here. How about that? Does that sound cool? First 16 minutes was me getting all that stuff out of the way. I would prefer you didn't. Don't send pictures, because then I'll block your number and then you won't ever get sharpening. So let's see. Ooh. Shaking force. I got to be careful how I stand up and move around. I don't want to get the channel taken down because ABC always be carrying. Is that your gun digging into my hip? Well, it's my gun digging into my hip. Can't tonight, suffering from a stomach bug. Well, that might be interesting. I'll leave it open. Is there anyone that would like to come on and have a meaningful conversation? Well, crap. Don't be playing with your hands now. I'm not going to lie to you guys. The only reason this is on here is because I've been moving around and cleaning stuff up and reorganizing and changing the setup for the shop, which is one of the reasons why I apologize to the paying members, the premium tier members. One of the reasons that you have not gotten a sharpening tutorial yet is because I rearranged some of the workbench stuff, and now that gooseneck is not quite long enough to get it where I want it for sharpening. I'm going to have to reorganize some stuff. Oh, that'd be even better. Guys, I got heartburn. I made baked ziti and I got heartburn. Let's check my DMs and see if anyone has DM'd me. I will use this for right now. I was trying to get my friend Sam to come on, but he's working nights tonight. He works 2 jobs. So he's working until midnight tonight. He does construction during the day and delivers pizza at night. I've thought about doing that, but like anytime I've done delivery and like Uber and Lyft and things like that, I literally spend more on gas than I make. What is that YouTube channel? Aiden, what is that? I don't know what that is, Aiden. Let's see here. Let's see if anyone has. We'll do this like open mic. We'll give people a chance to come on. I haven't done a live feed for a while. I haven't talked to any of you guys for a while. Let me get to Instagram and see. Oh, guys, I changed my Instagram handle, by the way, again. My Instagram handle is now just crazy_sharp_LLC. And that was specifically because I'm being shadow banned. And so when you're shadow banned, you have to type in the entire thing. And the long handle that I had on there was sub to Shane. Oh, that's Shane's. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sub to Shane's channel and go sub to, yeah, thanks to you. Hey, Polly, check that out. Sub to Polly. I mean, Polly likes to be, Polly's a lot like Howard Stern. He likes to be shocking. And that's kind of why I let Polly do what he wants. And when he gets a little too far, I just turn him off, put him in timeout. And I just kind of let Polly get away with saying things that most normal people couldn't say to me and keep their teeth, because it's Polly. He's funny. So I do like Polly, and he's here, not just saying it because he's here, but I do like Polly. So, where's Havoc? No, we don't need both of them in here. Havoc posted something up that didn't go up, and I got to decide whether I want to allow it or not. I haven't seen it yet. I got notification that something that Polly posted, or not Polly, something that Havoc posted got thrown to the held for review. So if you guys don't know, is Eggs here? Where's Dave? Is David here? Dave. Eggs and ham. Dave's here. I say Dave. I'll send Dave an invite. Gmail. Green. Send that. I'm just sending out a few Just sending out a few just in case somebody wants to come on. Could I join? Yeah, Ethan, you can. You can show me that new knife. Just okay, I don't see those. Okay, so just so you guys know, once again, allow me to explain. If you guys share your if you guys share like your membership status, or YouTube shares your membership status and things like that, you guys see that on YouTube. That's YouTube generated in those comments. I don't see that here. I don't see those comments. It doesn't show up. So I'm sorry. I'm kind of, don't stab yourself like Mike, fat turd. Ethan, Ethan, DM me your email address again. So I'm shadow banned on Instagram. And so you have to type in my entire channel name, or my entire Instagram handle. Well, my Instagram handle used to be Mike Emler, _Emler Edge, something like that. I forget what it was. And so yeah, StreamYard. See what I'm saying? I don't see that. So people get upset. We're going to bring Ethan in. I want to see David, Mr. Green. I sent you a link. Let's see here. Invite. I'm going to have people come on for like a couple minutes if we do it. Ethan Ruins. Okay, gotcha. Link incoming, Ethan. Is that in caps? I know I've sent this to you before. I'm typing. I have to think. Okay. God damn it. Ethan, why do you have to have such a long YouTube? There we go. There we go. Sorry about that. I'm typing up here. Like the key, the whole thing is above me. You're working? That's horrible. It's 65 degrees out here. Why did it get so warm? There we go. So who's Sylvan? I blocked him by accident. Let me see here. I don't know if I can unblock him. Shit. If he's watching, tell him to shit. I blocked him. Can one of you guys that's a moderator maybe unblock him? I don't know how that works. Let's see here. That's that second shift. You can't? All right. Well, I apologize if I blocked you. I was trying to see what that was. There's only people that should be able to put up links is no, it's blocked. Like I blocked him by accident. I was trying to see what that link was, and I hit the block button by accident. He's blocked. So oopsie poopsie. I don't even know who that is. Ethan's here. Ethan, let me see that knife you got. Where's the new one that you got? So that's CPS. Is that's Magna Cup? Who made that one?
Deep cut coloring.
That could use a more significant choil on that. I can see the ramp already starting at the heel. You know what I mean? It's going to start hitting that. It's going to start hitting that.
Mm.
How's it cut? Is it fairly thin?
It's pretty thin. Where's my calipers at? Okay, but I think I know how to do this correctly. I'm not quite sure. I think I know how to do this correctly. Let's see.
I did not say that, Paulie. I just said it's all makers did. There you go. Point. That's in millimeters. Can you put it in inches? I use freedom units. 0.01, about 0.007. That's pretty thin behind the edge.
And on his end, he said it was 10.
I mean, it depends. It depends on how you're measuring it, where you're measuring it on the edge, how far back it's been sharpened, and stuff like that.
Yeah, I sharpened at 19 precise because that's the only angle that it would have taken. Was even no 18. Yeah, 18.
18.
Yeah, 18.
It's not a bad looking knife. I like the handles. Those are nice looking handles. Looks pretty comfortable.
It is. I kind of wish I was jumping up here, but it was nice. That harpoon going actually makes the little thumb just rest right there. So
yeah.
Only thing that I would say about this that I wish he have done was on my graph Guardian that on the towards the back it's like controlled basically. So
he Coke bottle. Yeah, Coke bottling is what I always call it. When somebody Coke bottles it, so it's like fat.
So I kind of wish he did that to the back side. So then when I'm pull cutting it, it will be this doesn't slip out. This one kind of slips out if I'm not gripping too hard. So, but I'm gonna put a lanyard on it.
That's why that's the whole purpose behind a lanyard hole. Like guys put lanyards on pocket knives because it looks cool because it's like another little piece of jewelry. They put beads and stuff on it, but like knives that I ever had that had a lanyard, it was like a lanyard that went around your wrist, so while you were chopping, your knife didn't fly out of your freaking hand. Like that. Like what you just showed. That's what people do with them now, but that's not the intent. Like any knife I ever had that had a lanyard that I kept, it was because it had a loop that went around your wrist, so you wouldn't have your knife.
I kind of messed up the tip on this. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but it's.
I don't know. It looks to me like Rick might have messed up. Why is it so thick?
No. What?
Oh, sorry. Didn't mean to.
I mean, I don't know. I sharpen this a lot, so I don't know what I've done to it.
They're so thick. What's up? Cue balls here.
Let's see how thick this one is behind the edge.
It's as thick as this. It's as thick as this one is at the spine. I don't think that's right. I think it's probably closer to 0.3 or 0.03. I mean, yeah, 0.03. That's a lot of the heaters are.
But where the tonsil line is, it's like half-ish. And I don't know why. I can't sharpen this. I don't know why.
Which one is that? Is that the
80-20.5?
What do you mean you can't sharpen it? What's wrong with it? What's it doing?
So I watched other videos. For whatever reason, whatever hardness they use on RS10A, it doesn't debug basically. I'm trying to use 220, still not getting a burr on it. So I might send this out to you and have you, or I might have Jared nearby and try to fix it.
No, send it to me. I haven't got to sharpen one of those yet. I'm just curious. Screw Jared. He gets a lot of stuff to sharpen.
Yeah.
Fuck Jared. Send it to me.
Because
It's no different. It's no different to send it to me in cost than it is to send it to Jared.
Yeah.
It's not like the post office charges you less to send it.
Well, thing is, I live by Jared, so I can just directly drop this off to him.
Cool. Go over his house, take a bag of dog poop, and light it on fire, and then send me that knife.
Yeah, this is Austin A, and I don't know why, but other people also said that it's hard to sharpen. So whatever harness they pick for this is, I'm guessing they pushing this to the limits.
You might have. So what you say is you're not forming a burr at all?
No, like I am, but like it's not deboning at all. Sometimes.
Yeah,
it's weird. I can send you the whole entire package of it, and then.
Well, I'm curious as to maybe it's just not. Can you bring it up closer? Can you zoom in on it? Let me see. I can't. Yeah, I can't tell from here.
It's like 17 degrees on each side from the factory, but I'm going to put it to 15 because why not?
Well, sometimes you may not have just completely apexed it yet. That might be part of the issue is like on a coarse stone. I mean, I'm not going to be able to see it. Even when some people send me pictures, you're not going to be able to focus on that edge. There's just no real way.
Yeah, probably after I go to Hawaii, I can probably send you this. I have skip bearings on it too.
Oh, nice. So, cue ball's on vacation. Let's see who else has sent me besides. I'm not even gonna invite Polly. Who else has sent me, guys? I said DM me on Instagram. DM me your email address, and I will send you a link. We'll have
what's weird is this too. Let's see that inside the. Let's see, focus that right there in the video. I messaged other people; they have the same problems too.
Yeah, almost every knife I've ever had with that oval like that, almost every knife has had that in there. I don't know if it's the way they cut it out or
does it cause problems? Like, because that's the only issue is that really cause problems if you would know.
But I mean, really, it's not like it's a physical error. It's not like it's causing it's not like it affects the operability of the knife, I should say.
Yeah. This is weird because of that thing like coming out. For me at least, this feels.
Oh, sure, yeah, shark lock. If you're up on it, the shark lock does get in the way. I do like the shark lock, but it's not one you can really choke up on, like some of the other knives.
No, this one because you do. To me at least, I get like somewhat a hot spot on it, but like not like I can still use it, but like it.
I'd be more afraid I'd pull back on it with my big sausage thumb and pop the lock loose and then close it on my hand.
The spring is actually the spring is like
it is pretty stiff, but
yeah. And then again, you can probably put a stiffer spring in it too. Probably like something strong in the spring inside.
That's okay. So that's exactly what I was going to say right there. Digal 95 said it looks like they punch it out. It almost looks like it's punched, but I mean, on something that thick, would you really? I don't really think they would.
Let's see how thick is this.
Cue ball. All right, let's get cue ball in, and then I'll get cue ball in, and then I'll bring him in and kick you out here in a minute. Let me see.
Damn.
You can stay for a minute. I don't want to try and get too many people on here. It makes the audio all screwed up. Let's see here. We're gonna invite. I gotta type again. Is that wait? Is that the 82? Or is that the 80-20.5?
Yeah.
Huh. That's weird. I didn't.
Like if you search up videos on it of people like other people sharpening it, someone had issues sharpening it freehand and on the wicked edge or the wicked sharp what that system.
Yeah.
Which is surprising because the wicked edge, they come with a 60 grit, and he said on 60 it couldn't even sharpen on 60. It took him forever, supposedly. I don't know, but
Huh.
that's what he said. And I'm sharpening at 220. So
Polly, I didn't
I
mean to
might.
put. I didn't. Okay, I put Polly in timeout and really didn't mean to. So sorry. It's really easy. I'm not using a mouse. I'm just using the pad. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
So I might try to use my water stones and see if those would work.
Your water stones.
Yeah.
Now I don't. So I don't like the diamond plates like you get with an Edge Pro. I'm sorry, with a Wicked Edge or the.
This is mine at least.
What's the other one? What's the other one that you use? That
KME.
Yeah, KME. I don't like those. I don't like those diamond plates. So I don't know if maybe that's the issue. I like if I'm going to use diamond, I'm going to use those Edge Pro diamond. What are they? The diamond matrix stones. I think they do better.
I might buy the there's a company that makes 4-inch holders for the workshop. I might buy those and just buy 4-inch stones.
Yeah,
and use those instead.
Jared was telling me about that. The one for the Vinev stones, the one that fits the Vinev stones.
Well, they say it can fit any 4-inch stones, whatever that means. So I might try those out. Because this is I can tell the 220 from the beginning and now. I can definitely tell it's getting less. It's getting smoother.
It's less aggressive. It doesn't cut as sharp. I bought those ultra sharps that Jared was telling me about. And I basically, it comes with a 300, a 600, and a 1200 or 1600. I can't remember which. 1600 lasted like a day. Like there's no diamond left on it. The 300 cut for a while. 600 still cuts, but I mean, I'm back at the same point I was before I bought them. I'm like, if I had just bought the stone that I typically buy, which is like $70-$80, it lasts me like a year. I've had those, the smaller ones, like the half size, for less than 6 months, and they're basically shot. Only one of the two is still like really good.
Yeah, and then I don't know. Next year, I'm gonna try gunny what was gunny juice?
The strop compound.
Yeah, I might, but I'm not quite sure because right now I'm using this two right now.
Which one of those? Oh, Bark River. I use the what is it? The ones I use are called the handmade American 10 karat. It's a spray. It's in a spray bottle, and I use that on my.
Yeah, I use, and I was using this beforehand too. 0.25 micron diamond spray. I don't know. I'm still trying out. I'm still trying out like different progressions per se.
I don't go below. I'm sorry. I don't go above 1 micron anymore because really, it's expensive, and then you have to have a separate strop for it.
For this one, I only pay like $30 for this one.
I think. But still, that's $30. Like right now, that's $30. $30 is more than I want to spend on something. So having multiple and then having multiple strops, that gets expensive, and I don't see any real difference. So, I'm not one of those guys. I'm not sharpening for aesthetics. Like a lot of guys are sharpening for that.
Yeah, I mean, for mine at least, like before I did 400 grit finish on this one at least, like 400, and then I just stopped the Bark River. kind of liked it, but it was too, how was it, too feet for my liking, so I just went to 600. Now
Yeah.
all my knives basically, like if I'm not, they basically have all 600 grit finishes, except this one. I think this one has the 800 grit. No, this still has the 400 grit finish, the CVV Little Native and M4.
That's M4. That's a good grit for M4. I like a like for S35 VN. I like to take it to right at 600 grit and then finish it on an ultra fine ceramic. And then once I finish it on the ultra fine ceramic, I just give it a quick strop, and it gives it a fairly mirrored edge, but it's really aggressive, like really aggressive.
For my Hindu at least, it's M390. I just did 600, and it's going pretty good. It's really sharp still. But I don't know. I think I'm gonna stay around 600 or so, and then just finish the 16 in 2. That's another question. Is that say I stop at 600 on a diamond and I just go straight to like 16 micron or 2 micron. Would that affect that cleaning performance, or would I have to buy 600 grit
I
softened
mean,
compound?
all you're doing, so that you kind of, that's when I do a couple light passes on an ultra fine ceramic and then do it, you can see that that's a really polished 600 grit edge. Basically what you're doing is you're kind of just polishing the tops of those micro striations. You're not actually changing how deep they are. So you just kind of knock the tops off, and it makes it look a little shinier. Now, if you go too far, yeah, you'll burnish it off to a point where it,
I mean, yeah, you can't tell on the camera, but in person, it's like you can still see the lines that
well, and like it depends on, you can on this one too, to a point. It depends on what you're doing too. Like if I was out cutting Visqueen on a job site, that thick plastic that you use for covering your spoils where you're digging out if you're digging out a pit, any of the stuff you dig out of the hole has to be covered, because you can't let it run, or you can't let that dirt contaminate because it's been coming out of the ground. So you have to cut, and Visqueen's hard to cut. So you want a fairly aggressive edge. And so something like that would be great. And to tell you the truth, there's times that I would leave a 220 grit edge on a knife to go to a job site if I knew I was going to cut a lot of canvas, or I was going to cut a line. I was going to be cutting all kinds of, especially filter fabric that goes down inside underneath when you in plants and things like that, and water fixtures and things on a job site. Use this heavy filter fabric, and it's if you've got a knife with a polished edge on it, it's just not going to do it.
So, because on Instagram I have more close-up pictures of my edges, and I mean, how about 3V? Do you know what like grit it like should take on 3V at least?
I mean, 3V is one of those ones that has some fairly good sized carbides, so you can get away with going up a little further. It's like 14C 28N.
Because I did 600 grit I think on this, and I was batoning on it.
Like if you're using your knives for a lot of work stuff, 600 grit is just a really good all around grit. Now, like I said, 14C, Jared and I talked about it. 14C, we both have taken it to 5,000, 8,000 grit, and it still is aggressive. But that's because of the shapes of the carbides and stuff that are in it. I sharpen knives to 10 and 12,000 grit, but a lot of times those stones are reserved for straight razors, because you want that super fine edge that doesn't pull and doesn't tag. You want some, and then I strop them up to like 30,000 grit. So
I actually wonder, like, people have like double edge daggers, if they do like 2 different grit finishes, you know, like one side would be like really low, like 220 or 400, and the other side would be like a high polish. I wonder if like double edge daggers.
Yeah, I'm saying, but why?
I don't know. I'm just wondering if people would do those, you know, so then they have like, I don't know, this.
Like
It
what?
just came to
It's like
mind.
having two knives. You got one really fine edge and one really coarse edge.
Yeah.
I don't know. That doesn't make sense though, because daggers usually are pretty thick. They don't cut real well
Mhm.
unless they're like a hollow ground dagger. I've
Mhm.
very rarely have I seen a dagger ground knife that actually cut really well.
Mhm.
Digal says 600 to 800 for me, max. It depends on the steel. I'll take some steels to 1,000. I like 400 grit on ARRPM 9.
Oh, where's my sea snake?
Oh yeah, you got a sea snake.
You know, my sea snake. I think I put a. What did I put on this one? I think I tried to put a full polish. Yeah, I tried to put a full polish, but I don't know what happened.
It
I
gets
think this is
slick.
like a. This I think this is an 800. I think.
The edge
No,
gets slick. If you do it all the way up to like if you do a polished edge on ARPM, then the edge gets slick.
yeah, this is a 800 good finish. I think. Yeah, I
Yeah.
tried to finish with this, and I mostly use this to cut steak because it's that sharpened. I don't know. This is the only
I
knife
usually just pick a steak up and eat it. Like just take bites out of it, just hold it.
I don't know, but this I don't know, it's too small for my hands. I don't know. Like I like it, but it's like it's very good for like
Wait, it's
detail
too
and
small for your
cuts.
hands? I designed it for my hands.
I don't know. It's awkward in my hands compared to like let's see what like too big.
Oh, so that's legal. D-legal 95. Sorry, I'm not wearing my reading glasses. It looked like an eye to me. Sorry, it looked like I don't know.
I hold it like this mostly. Like
Yeah, well, it was that's kind of how it was meant to be used. That was the whole like you can hold it, but like the way I typically use it, like that, a pinch grip. As a matter of fact, that's how I use almost every knife all the time, is in a pinch grip like this. And I
this
just
one, I don't know. This one's like
he says you're good. I've been called worse.
but the kayak strip for this one at least is good. Only issue that he did when he was making it was you can't put in like straight in. You have to like go up on it and then go in.
I don't think that I'm going to purchase any more Kydex sheets. I mean, if like I get it, it's a cheaper option for my sea snake, and it on the sea snake it works good, but like I'm not gonna have any more Kydex sheets. I'm just gonna go with leather on most of the stuff I
Like
own.
yeah, I had to monitor the kayak sheath because when I was putting it in the back, I was noticing that I didn't have any guides to like really like know where the sheath was because without this thing that I put on top, it was like I'll put it like this and then it won't go in, and then so I had to like that was like basically like a capture point for it, so I can.
Oh, I don't know.
Then
I've
put
never
mine in.
had a problem with it. Now the last couple knives that I made, I just had leather sheaths made for them. So
Yeah, I had to about that. After the holidays, I had to contact Barefoot because one, this leather sheath is too loose. Three, it's like it looks unfinished. Like,
well, it's pretty finished. That's a pretty finished looking sheath. I don't know.
well, not like that. Well, that's messed up on the sides, and then like the glue is coming off. So I'm gonna contact them and see if they would
Did you
send
buy
me
that
another
sheath?
sheath.
Did you buy that sheath aftermarket?
No, this came like this from DLT Trading.
Okay, I would. You know what I would do? I would just reach out to. I just reach out to Mackey, Randall Mackey. I can get you his info. He makes the leather sheaths that Jim Skelton uses. He's made a couple knives for me. I think if Murky is here, I think Murky got one by Mr. Mackey. Okay, and it was he said it was good. All of them that I've seen, my buddy Tino's knife came with a leather one that I got made for him. And they're great sheaths. So Aiden asked Stacy if she put a pocket clip on her sea snake. I throw my sea snake in my pocket without a pocket clip. Like it'll just sit there.
I mean, I bought soft loops for mine, but due to my newer belt being not the standard width. I think the standard width is what, an inch now, something like that. Now my other one's a inch and a half or something like that. No, it's an inch and 25th, I think. Let me where's the calipers? Let me go see how what's a good for my.
I don't wear like a big wide web belt. Now, if I was still in uniform, I was wearing like a tack belt or something.
Or my belt. I bought the new 511. Yeah, actually no, my belt is roughly an inch and 75, so I can't use this normal soft loops for mine at least.
Where are you going?
I had to purchase. I think I had to purchase tech lock for my. I have to purchase tech locks now because this is too. The soft loop is meant for.
Cover your ears. I gotta ring a bell.
125.
No, it's S125. S125V at 67 Rockwell. What can you expect? It's a nightmare. But you don't have S125V. You have 20 CV at 64 Rockwell. That's what you can expect.
Oh, talking about that, I'm getting into knife making soon.
Don't do it. I'm warning you. Don't do it. It'll ruin your life. My wife wants to leave me. She's going to lose the house. I sit up at night going, what did I do with my life? Cayenne, come here. Hey, leave the cat be. He does not want you on a couch with him. Lay down.
This is a little native that I used to destroy boxes. That's the only good thing about this one is it destroys boxes.
What's up? I was trying to ask. Oh, shit. Cue ball. Okay, and I'm telling you that cat is gonna swat you. You should leave him be. Come on, come over here and lay down.
Can you handle one of this, Mike?
Is that one of the Veros?
Yes.
I am going to say something that's going to be an unpopular statement. I really don't like them.
I just won mine in the raffle, so
they're not bad. I mean, don't get me wrong. They're not bad. They're not really well made. I don't know what it is about them. I don't dig them the way everybody else does. Hey, leave the cat be. He's gonna.
One thing, if I forgot his name, if he was going to redesign this model, I would say add a little flip tab because you can flip it it can flip from the back if you extend it out a little bit, and then it can do it.
And that's one of my big things with it is that's the only deployment. It's a top flipper, and I don't like top flippers.
Yeah, and then this what thing goes.
Stacy dropped some cash. Shop Cat is on the love seat, and the dog wants to go up. Okay, Kyan, please lay down. Lay down on your mat. Go to your mat. Kyan, stop. You're gonna bump it. Lay down. God damn. She's right there. She wants to get up here, and she wants attention, and she's gonna knock the computer over. It's not that. I just don't like top flippers. Like this one's got a thumb. If you're gonna do a top flipper or a front flipper, give those of us that don't want a top flipper or a front flipper a goddamn thumb stud. Look at that. How about that? I mean, can I do it? Yeah, it's a lot easier on a liner lock than it is on a frame lock. But it's almost like, for me, it's almost like a slow roll as opposed to that's a flip. You know what I mean? Vero only put on the lock side. I don't know.
Mike, no, those were the older models, not the older models, the models before the Axon. The Axon was supposed to be the budget line-ish. It was supposed to be made for both left-handed people and right-handed people, unlike I forgot the names of the other models, but I can't do it with my left.
Are you right or left-handed?
I'm right-handed.
Okay, so it does. I didn't think that I don't remember trying to flip it that way. I don't try to remember the flipper, the aperture, finger flick it.
This thing, oh, this?
Yeah, I don't remember trying it, but then again, it's been a couple years, and I think the one that I saw was, I think
it was when this it was on one side, correct? Like this.
Yeah, it was it was an older one. It was an older one.
So yeah, those models was I think one of them was called the Isotop or something like that. For some reason, one of them.
Saw it.
Yeah,
I saw it.
This one was supposed to be made for both.
I saw it at like Blade Show West in Portland, and then one of my friends had one, and I remember I didn't like it. I remember I didn't like it. Not the construction. Say a lot of people are like, "Oh, Mike's shitting on a knife." It's not them shitting on a knife. There's a lot of knives out there that just don't.
They can do the same thing as this one too. Like, but I want it in a raffle, so that's why I'm keeping it. I could sell it, but I don't know what I would price this one because, yeah.
It's like people like, oh, you just hate all pockets. I don't hate all pocket clips. There's pocket clips that are on knives that are exactly this. Like there is a knife I just did a review of the other day. I'm trying to remember which one it was. And it had the exact same pocket clip as the Kaiser Land. But the problem is Kaiser Land was a hotspot. It was a no-go for me. That was I would not buy that knife.
That's
or if I had bought it, I would be upset
one.
And I would send it back. But that same pocket clip on a different knife, oh, it's on the Beagle. It's on the O-Knife Beagle. It's the exact same pocket clip because O-Light is having Kaiser make their knives.
Mm-hmm.
It's the exact same pocket clip that is on that Kaiser Vanguard Land. And it's not a problem on the Beagle because it's in the right spot. I just like, they have to, at some point, somebody picks that knife up. You know what I'm saying? And puts it in their hand and goes, we shouldn't ship this like this. But they do it. You know what I'm saying? There's companies out there that do that. It just drives me nuts.
Like the Manila Native, for the lens clip, it does give me a hotspot, but it's like a hotspot where it doesn't get too uncomfortable to a point. It's like you can notice it, but it doesn't get unbearable per se.
Well, I mean, what's your other option? Is that wire clip that they send with it that is like
I kind of lost that.
Even worse.
I kind of lost that.
I don't like any pocket clips. I miss when knives didn't have pocket clips, but now, like, how are you going to carry it without a pocket clip? You know what I mean? Are we going to go back to putting? I
don't know why. I just want a deep carry pocket clip for my pendulum. I don't know. I just want a deep carry pocket clip.
I mean, some knives. Like I've had a few knives that Jared sent me that like the pocket clip is a deep carry pocket, like that the Grazioso. That's a great pocket clip, and it's a deep carry pocket clip, and it's in a position where it's not at all a hot spot, and that means that I can carry that forward part of my pocket and my like something else, like my Norseman or something else, in the back part of my pocket.
Let's see. Yeah, Hindu's one. Let me see. I can feel it. Yeah, actually, I can feel it, but it's like not unbearable.
That's like this one, like the Norseman pocket clip's not bad, but I still wish that there was something different on this.
Yeah,
it doesn't look too bad, but I definitely wish it had a different pocket clip.
Let's see if now the 80/20, the pocket clip on it, you can't feel it. It's actually like you can't feel it actually, for me at least. But only hotspot is this.
Ethan, somebody was asking, K Mason was asking who makes those BOA scales.
This one for the Hindu, it is Sharp Dress Knives.
Who?
I'm at Sharp Dress Knives.
Oh, Sharp Dress Knives. Oh, okay. I've seen them on Instagram. Other guys have put up handles on. Those are cool.
Yeah. So funny story is that I posted this on the Hinder Facebook page, and they actually removed my post because they said I can't mention it. I can post about it, but I can't mention about it. I was like, okay, I don't care. Like, okay. I was
That's ridiculous.
like, I don't know. It was so weird, and then like I was talking
Well,
to Red Wolf, not Red Wolf EDC or whatever his name is, and he said that he posts and mentions about aftermarket parts of his Hindus, and they don't care. So either one, they just abusing the powers, or two, they change the rules or something. I don't know, but I don't really care.
either that or you know what? Here's the thing: in the knife community, a lot of people say stuff, and I mean, who knows whether it's like there's a lot of folks out there that who knows what happened
Yeah.
or what was said. What was this? What's Aiden putting up? Instagram sharp dress knives. There you go, guys. Aiden just put up a link to sharp dress knives. Why do hinderers make their flipper tap backwards? Thank you much. Thank you much for that. It's bats on there backwards. And I'll tell you, I do know why. Rick was a firefighter, and Rick does things as if he was still a firefighter. Big, thick gloves. You want that like that. It's not going to bother your gloves.
They're not gloves.
They're not meant. The hinderer flippers are not meant as they originally weren't meant as actual flipper tabs. They were just as an assist for you to get that blade out because you're wearing big gloves, so you didn't have to grab stuff. Because he was thinking like a firefighter, and then he started making knives full time. But I agree. I have the flipperless XM18, and it's great.
And cool thing about this is it sounds almost like a hook, almost like the Emerson Wave. If I did this in public one time, you pull out and push down the seam too, it actually flips out.
That sounds hazardous. It sounds like it would open in your pocket because it's the opposite of the Emerson Wave because it'll actually open as it's going in your pocket.
Actually, this never opened up in my pocket before. It's just one time I think it was at work, and I was taking my phone out, and I was having my walkie-talkie in the pocket as well. And I think my phone catch up on this part, and it kind of came out. And whenever I take my phone out, I take it out and I push down on it. I don't know why. And then I took it out, and then actually it hit this on the seam. And since I have skiff bearings inside of this, it's like,
yeah,
it makes it very smooth. But I actually seen people spy flick this, and don't know how people do that.
I've done it. I've done it with some of them. Like you can, if you're I can't do it now because that is actually painful. This one I can do. I can spidey flick this one. If it's just awkward because
But skip bones in my hand at least, it just makes it like buttery smooth. I tried the other try the tri-pivot system.
Yeah.
For a reason, when I was using the faucet blondes on this one at least, the action was like stiff. Like it was stiff. I don't know why, but it was stiff. But then the Teflon washers, it wasn't stiff. Obviously the bearings, obviously it's gonna be smooth.
I say it all the time too. I'm another guy that's like everybody's like, oh, bearing or washers is the way to go, and I'm like, I disagree. That's a lot more freak. Now, if you can make a super,
it depends on what
washers, like that's great.
It depends on what knife. Honestly, it depends on what knife. I think.
I honestly disagree because I find it much easier to clean out a knife with bearings than a knife with washers. If a knife with washers gets dirty enough that you feel that it's lost its action, you have to take it apart. You got a knife with bearings and it feels gritty and nasty, you just sink it under the sink and work it back and forth a little bit because you got all those holes in between. So
especially the ceramic bearings too. Aren't they self lubricating, whatever that means?
No, I don't really like I have noticed that the knives that I have that gum up the worst are the ones with the multi-row ceramic bearings. I have 2 knives that have multi-row ceramic bearings, and they get gummy and nasty the worst of any of my knives. And it's my Horizon
Have
D.
you seen the Gunny Glide lube?
I don't. Okay, I fell on the other side of that entire dust up between them and KPL, and I have used the Gunny Glide. I find that the KPL just works better and lasts longer.
I'm thinking of buying a bottle of the Gunny Glide and see how that performs, because I've seen videos if like other knives and stuff, and like it makes them more drop shotty than using KPL. But I mean, I
don't care about how drop shotty is. What I find is that lubricant lasts longer. The KPL stays lubricated longer than.
Yeah, I use this one. I use the
this knife is horrendously dirty, and it's still dangerously drop shot. Like this knife is in my pocket every day.
So what's the difference? Okay, this is a dumb question, but what's the difference between all of them?
Okay, so the heavy is a gel that will sit right on your detent, and it is a non-Newtonian liquid. So it's a force shearing. So it stays a gel until force is applied, becomes a liquid while it's lubricating, and then turns back into a gel and stays place. The KPL regular is just oil, and then the KPL ultralight is something like I would only use that if you have OTFs.
Oh, so don't use this one on bearings then?
No, it gets you'll put a couple drops on a bearings. Next thing you know, it's everywhere.
Oh, oops.
Wait, are you having buffering? K Mason is having buffering. Is he the only one?
Oh, okay. I would know that. I've been using this in all my bearings.
I use the KPL heavy on the detent ball, and then I use the regular KPL. I put 1 drop on the bearings. I take and get 1 drop on the applicator tip on the little nozzle, on the little needle, and I run it up the actual pivot, and then put the blade on, and then I put another drop on the other set of bearings, and I put it together. That way, you've lubricated both your bearings and your pivot.
Oh, okay. Because I've been using this one on my bearings.
I think it's too thin. It gets like I used it and it got everywhere. It's like it was running out of my knife, and I'm like, good God, why is there oil everywhere?
I think if I do disassemble this one, you're probably gonna see a lot of oil behind the color scales. Probably after Hawaii, I'm probably going. Before Hawaii, I'm going to completely disassemble this one. Actually, no, I'm not going to disassemble it. Actually, I'm going to just leave it how it is, go Hawaii, see how it performs, and then disassemble it and clean the whole entire knife again and then use it properly.
I mean, try other lubricants. Some guys swear by other oils. I don't. I've tried pretty much everything out there. I've tried.
I use nano oil. I use nano oil. I use Skiff Glide, whatever that company is. I use Lucas Gun Oil. Lucas Gun Oil. If I did have to redo all my knives, I would buy Lucas Gun Oil again. I don't know why that oil was. I don't know. It was good, and then until I got my hands on KPL.
Which one was it?
The Lucas Gun Oil.
I avoid using anything that has. So a lot of gun oils have PETF, the Teflon in it. And if you put a knife in a case for a while, and the same reason I don't use it on pew-pews that I know I'm not going to use. I don't like the Teflon stuff as much anymore. Because it has a tendency to varnish up and gum up, and then you have to really work hard to get it off. You have to use a solvent. And case in point, if there are some knives that use Delrin bearing races, some knives use Teflon, some guys use it depends on what your bearings are in. So if you get that all gummy, and then you take that knife apart and you soak it in solvents, you can actually sometimes deteriorate the plastic housing for your bearings and things like that. But it gums up and it leaves a varnish on things as the other things evaporate. And then you just have straight Teflon, and the straight Teflon can leave like a varnish that gets sticky and stuff like that. I have to, I think I have to resend that thing to, I dropped my phone. I have to, now she's all mellow and calmed down. Let me,
I found another noise, man, but it's in the 400 range, the 4,000 range.
$4,000?
No, like the serial number.
Oh, I mean, it depends. I like the ones that didn't have. I like the ones that were in this range, and with the reverse honeycomb. And I know that he started working on doing a lock bar insert. The ones that I saw that had lock bar inserts were they just didn't feel or sound the same.
Well, for me, the first one I handled was 667. So mine was like the early versions, but I don't know. Mine was okay, I guess, but I traded mine. But I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
Mine was okay, and then my friend he got. I think his is in the 3000s. I think
Well, I mean,
his is the newer ones.
they're all gonna be. I mean, they're still a
The
Norseman, and
same.
they're still gonna be to the
Yeah.
same specs as
The only
as
difference
Smalls
is
does it.
like
He's going to
minor.
hold it to that same quality level, but it's
Yeah,
just there's little
minor
differences.
tweaks basically.
Well, I don't like the single lock. I don't like the single stop pin ones. I like the ones that have the double stop pin like this. That way, if something happens, I don't have to send the knife to him to have it be adjusted. It doesn't have to go on a grinder. They don't have to take off any material. All they have to do is just send me a little bit larger stop pin. So
yeah, that's not an issue with my Hindu now. My stop pin it's rotating and it's going side to side, so I'm hoping that doesn't cause any issues. Other Hindus
that's
have the
actually
same issues.
That's actually kind of cool though. If your stop pin is rotating and moving around, as long as it's not like moving like a lot, you can that means that you're not striking the same spot of the
Yeah,
stop
I
pin.
don't know. Yeah, can you? I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, you can't see it on.
Hang on.
Yeah, I mean the edges. You can see on the edges probably.
No, it's out of focus. I can't see.
Like I don't know, like the color difference. Can you see like the middle is like I don't know.
Yeah, I see it. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, but it's like moving side to side, like rotating like that, and it's like I don't know how much movement it's on going side to side, but like it's like moving up and down that way too, but like not a whole bunch. But yeah, my like if you like see it in person, so I can probably take very close up pictures. You can see I can see it right now. Like you can see the blade hitting it at multiple spots. The camera won't
Yeah,
pick it
and
up
well,
on.
and that's common because it's not going to be ground. Give me just a second. I'm gonna get this new cue ball's not getting the link that I sent him.
And then you saw the Hindu but Rick doesn't make it anymore. But that modular backspace that he made, it's mostly on the other I think it's on the half track and the Jurassic. Those
I
those
know what you're talking about. Yeah.
I recently see on secondary market the glass breaker model for this one.
I don't necessarily like a glass breaker in a pocket knife all the time. I do like the idea of having a glass breaker. But a lot of times they wind up in a spot where when you sit down, then they dig into your side.
Yeah.
My goodness, that's sharp. So did I? I did not. Did not prepare my second beverage. Guys, I'm not going to keep this. I'm not going to keep this more than 2 hours. So because I had the flu. I'm still not feeling great. And then I still have things to do. There's editing that still has to be done tonight. What are we talking about? I used to be careful with stuff back when I did race car stuff too. I don't quite know what we're talking about. What was this? Poke you right in the love handles. Yes, they do. They poke you right in the you call it love handles, I call it donuts. What now? How may I assist? Lay down. Lay
That's
down.
interesting too.
Please lay down.
Like, did you know the thumb studs on the hinges are press fitted? Is not screwed or anything.
Yeah, there's a lot of companies that actually do that. The Hinderer, Hinderer does it. Chris Reeves does it. It's interference fit. They just they stick them in there. I know.
Someone on Facebook showed like it completely falling out, and I was like, ooh, and like they were wondering like, so what happened to that? Does happen? Could they possibly put another one in, or can't they not put it back in?
I mean, here's the thing with something that's been press fit, you can't just put it back in. It's a lot like if your detent ball falls out. So there was a handful of companies that were putting ceramic detent balls in steel lock bar inserts and steel lock bars and steel liner locks. And they were having problems with it because
I'm back. I think
they were just falling out because the problem was that steel, unlike titanium, just expands and stays that way. Titanium will gall to something and stick to it. So I would say that if it's been press fit, it's only press fit once. Like you would have to send it back to get new ones put in. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay. Yeah. And then someone was saying that for the flipper versions at least, they act like a external stop pins. Is that correct on the flipper one or the flipperless?
Let me grab the flipperless one. Hang on, and we'll look at it. Somebody said that earlier to me. I have a flipperless here somewhere. I just got to find it. No, it's in. I'm sorry, I already packed it up. I'd have to look at it. I'm not 100% sure. I got to turn the volume down on this because I can hear myself talking. I don't know how that
tell if mine is mine stopping at the.
Okay, yeah, you can press them back in, Lindy, but the fact is, if it's expanded to the point where they came out, they're going to come back out again. And if it's a detent ball, if you press it back in, you have to press it in further, and then eventually it's not going to be the same. Why is that on all of a sudden? So,
I've seen the fill tabs from like 20, like you know how Rick makes like custom fill tabs and put them out and people buy them.
Yeah,
I've seen one that went for like $500. I was like, who buys flipper tabs, like the full tabs I meant, for $500? Like, personally, I wouldn't do that. I was like, who does that? Who buys it? Like,
there's a lot of people that buy a lot of weird stuff.
Like this, just this small little part, this smell right here. It's like, why?
Yeah.
Like, I was like, whoa, like you can buy another handle of that possibly. But yeah, there's questions about this. It's like, why did he put Phillips on the pocket clip?
Yeah, I've always wondered about like why is everything on it done as a
normal knife,
as a normal
like
torch, and then there's Phillips heads on just those parts.
One theory I think was to quickly change them in the field. Don't know. It could be like that because everyone has a Phillips close by, probably. I don't know. That just seems weird. I don't know. Could be that for.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never. But here's the thing: I've never owned a Hinderer. Mm-hmm. Like I've got a Hinderer in from time to time. I didn't like them. There's things about each knife that's unique and different. Mm-hmm. That I have to take care of something. It's driving me nuts. Hang on. I don't know how this is happening. But the volume on this keeps turning itself up. So there's a speaker. God damn it. Now we got to turn that off. So let me see.
I mean,
Oh dear. She's moved anyway, so we're going to remove this from the. I'm trying to. Kick guest. There we go. Okay. Hey, cue balls here. What is this? I've replaced detent balls as well as press fit thumb studs. Doesn't cause any issue unless you're doing something wrong. Okay, I would hazard you to talk to Elliot Williamson, world famous knife maker. I've had issues with it. We've repressed detent balls in and had them come back out. Ceramic detent balls do not like to stay in. I don't know if we're talking about the ceramic ones. I'm telling you that detent balls that we've pressed basically on other knives that weren't his, because he uses a rolling detent, we've had to basically, anybody that came in and we were working on it, we had to basically get them to send it back, because the ceramic detent balls would fall right back out. Like you'd press them in and then they'd be pressed in and they would fall right back out because they just didn't stick. And that's always been my thing. Like if you want to use a ceramic detent, that's fine. Use it, don't put it in the steel, put it in the titanium in the steel lock bar insert. That's where I'm coming from. I've seen it. I've been at the shop when we did it and they just wouldn't stay. Like a week later, they're coming back out. So Cue Ball is here.
Guys, how are you tonight?
What's up, Cue Ball?
Well,
Ethan, I'm going to go ahead and kick you out because I don't want to have too many people in here. It screws up with the audio. Thanks for hanging out. I appreciate it.
I'm going to be honest. I'm actually in my room on my bed. I have a guest that's in my office, so I can't sit.
All right, Ethan. I will talk to you later, Ethan. Send me some pictures of the edge on that 20.5.
This one. Oh, the 20.5.
Yeah, I'm just curious about it. I'm curious about it. Why you're having such a hard time?
I don't know if Cuba knows about it, but like everyone has problems sharpening it, no matter what. So I don't know if it's just how Dimko wants it to be hardened and how he's talking about. He's had some serious problems getting the deburr, getting his 20.5 to deburr.
Really? So I know that Jared talked about when he was sharpening one of the 80, I think it was his 80 20.5, that he was having some problems with the heat treat on his, that it was it didn't seem like it was heat treated correctly, and so he was having a really tough time with the burr on his as well. So
okay, I don't get a chance to. There's so much stuff I want to watch. Like I just usually jump into Jared's stuff.
Right.
I look at I jump into I just say hi on Lindy stuff or anybody that's putting up. I literally have zero time with everything that goes on with my channel to watch too much.
Well, and you also have your sharpening business that you're trying to do as well. So you got a lot going on.
As you guys can see, there's a link below. The phone number now.
That's cool. That's very cool.
I have a business number. This is now my personal phone number and the actual camera for the YouTube channel.
Cool. Just don't take and fillet your hands anymore. All right. Please.
Yes, don't fillet the hands.
I just stabbed it in real good.
All right, pretty bad.
Ethan, I'm gonna send you on your way. Like I said, just send me some pictures of it, and then maybe we can get together. I'm just curious.
I'll send up like really close up. I'll send up really close up pictures to the edge and the apex, and then
send them to my email so I can actually zoom in on them.
Yes, and then I will. Yes.
I got a suggestion too. You might actually reach out to the Demcos and just let them know that you're having a tough time with the sharpening.
Well,
and
everyone has issues with it. Someone has like a Wicked Edge sharpening system. They had issues with it. Someone like my Q freehands, they were also freehanding, and so it could be. I don't know what OS 10A hardness HRC level is.
I knew we let Ethan have too many. I knew that we let Ethan have too many hinders on the channel because
I don't have two now.
No, look, see, you have summoned Brant.
You know what's funny is that I actually have one of Jared's hinders right now that I'm checking out, and he let me hold on to a few of his knives until my brother got here today, and so I showed my brother the knives that Jared had sent to me, and one of them is an XM18 3.5. It's the one that Jared got the upgraded titanium scales for. Okay. And as soon as my brother opened it up and grabbed it, He's like, "What the hell why is this thing poking me in the hand? It's that damn flipper tab.
Flipper tab.
It's
All right,
horrible."
Ethan, I will see you in the future.
Ethan, contact me through IG. If you have an IG account, look me up, Cuball981. And because I have talked to the Demcos, they actually are pretty good about responding. But I think that more of us need to take and bring this up, that there's some heat treat issues with the run of these knives.
I haven't seen anything about it. Like him saying it was the first I'd heard about it. But then again, like I said,
it's not the first that I've heard about it, Mike.
I basically live in this garage, and the only time I look outside of this garage onto YouTube is if I'm trying to find out, has anyone else had an issue with a knife coming from a factory with like uneven grinds and things like that. I'm like, okay, who else reviewed this knife? So, it's it's been nuts.
So I'm actually planning on trying. Mine needs to have some sharpening TLC done to it. So over my vacation, I'm gonna actually try using my work sharp on it and see if I can, have any success. But I'm not getting my hopes up. I mean, with all the other issues that I've heard people out there having, I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have the same problem. So I have
my buddy Tino has one, and his came misground. Like he showed me pictures of it, and he goes, "Yeah, it's really asymmetrical." So I mean, I'm gonna get a chance to see.
Yeah,
I'm definitely gonna get a chance to see. But the last time I sharpened a knife for him, I wound up with this. So.
How did you do that? I didn't hear the story. What did you do?
Okay, so I was sharpening. So fillet knives, how bendy and flexible.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
So he made a fillet knife from a kit for a friend of his. He put handles on it and he brought it over me to sharpen. And I've poked myself and I've cut that part of my hand before, and I've cut that finger, and it's just one of those things that happens. But I've never had a knife that was that. This thing he had polished down and done a lot of, and it was way thinner than it was blade stock thickness from the.
Well, I gotta walk. Hold on just a second. I got a cat who's wanting into my room. Oh, sorry.
So I got a dog and a cat out here with me. But
come on. Okay.
It was flexible enough that I think that the angle on it changed, and when I went, so I had pressure on it, and I thought that my angle was fine, and it just on the pass back, because I do a pass forward and a pass back. I think on the way forward, coming back, it slipped a little bit and the stone slipped a little bit. And I got really meaty, beefy hands. So
yeah. You and I both have huge hands.
There, and I just jabbed it into it, and it just went all the way through. And I was like, the second I was like I looked at him and he goes, "You okay?" And I was like, "Oh, it's bad." He said, "How bad?" And I'm like, "Well, I haven't looked yet, but I'm thinking we may need to make a trip." And the funny thing, we had just talked about the fact that I hadn't been drinking because the wife has been gone. And so if something happens, I can't afford an ambulance trip.
This is the thing that happens, it's very expensive.
Navy medicine is free, basically.
Oh, that's right. Because you're a veteran. So
they don't cover ambulance trips. And I don't have any other insurance that would cover it. So an ambulance trip for me could be financially devastating.
Yeah.
So my whole thing
you're
is
looking at a few $100s, if not several $100s for an ambulance ride.
Are you talking about? What are you talking about? With no other insurance but TRICARE not covering it, you're looking at several $1,000s, if not.
Yeah, it's expensive. I think I'm thinking back of when I was in college. This was like back in '95, and I think at that time I had basic, student health coverage. I don't think I was on my parents' at that point in time, but it was like $800 for the ambulance ride that I took.
That's still with insurance. Like I said, Navy medicine won't cover any
of it. Right.
And yes, I could take an Uber, but what Uber is going to let me go to the emergency room in their car bleeding profusely?
Probably not.
That's been my whole thing, is if I'm going to be doing anything throughout the day that would involve me working with a knife, I just don't drink. And I had a lot of stuff in for sharpening. So I basically didn't drink after the wife left. Had a beer, talked with Tino. We were watching a YouTube video. I looked up because we were watching Dan Hurd prospecting, and he was getting a big signal on his metal detector. And I'm like, "Ooh, did he get a nugget?" And I felt it. And I'm like,
Oh, and that's all it takes is just that one lapse of focus. Boom, you're done.
I mean, I do it all the time, but that knife was so flexible
Yeah.
that the second it just went, and it was so thin. But to tell you the truth, like the doctor was like, he's like, well, the big beefy chunk of meat here that you use, that thumb muscle, because you use your hands a lot. He's like, is what caused it. But he's like, it's also what kept you from doing anything horrible. He's like,
horrible,
because
right? I was thinking like you were at least going to have some nerve damage or something to it.
Nah,
but nothing.
No. I hit some muscle. There's some bruising. There's some tenderness. He told me to take it easy with it because he's like, you did go through muscle.
Yeah.
He's like, but in the big scope of things, it could have been way worse. When I got myself with this one, yeah. See, this is what's popping up.
Here, I'll hold up some knives because you guys don't really want to see my ugly mug. I don't like seeing my ugly mug. So
give me a second. Let me holler this out to my
sure, absolutely.
All of you guys that are my moderators, this is spam. This is the same thing I keep seeing. This is why people get blocked. I'm blocking this one. Do me a favor. You're going to see that same thing pop up. It's a porn site. So please, Susan Strickland has been blocked. You're going to see those pop up. If you're a moderator, please block those VT, VOT, FYI, things like that.
Oh,
if you click on that, it's a porn site.
Stacy wants to see the cat. Hold on, I got to grab Lily just a second.
Oh, Stacy. Oh, Lily. Yeah.
Come here. Come on.
So
no, she's trying to go under the bed. I got her though.
Mine, I can grab. How about we do this? I'll go grab mine.
All right. Here she is. Hold on, I got to take and push the camera down so you can see her. There's Lily.
I was saying, because you've got a tuxedo cat too.
I do.
So I was like, all right, let me go grab mine. But no, I don't.
There. She's like, I don't like being held captive.
Mine does. Mine does. Mine will sit just like this.
Yeah, you're lucky. See, she's not a lap cat. She never has been a lap cat. I've had her almost 10 years. I think next year will be 10 years. And I got her. She was probably about 1.5 years old. She really is a good cat. She's just so fluffy, though. She's got so much freaking fur.
Oh, it's everywhere.
Yeah, there she goes. All right. Sorry, Stacey. She doesn't sit still for too long.
I had to start putting this guy outside at night because he won't stay downstairs. And if I close the bedroom door with me and the dog, he sits outside the door and he cries until I let him in. And then if I let him on the bed, he'll sit at the foot of the bed, but then there's just cat hair everywhere in the room.
They shed like no other.
Come on,
and she's a long hair. She only weighs about a little over 10 pounds.
Oh,
and most of it's fur.
This one is not small, and he is definitely a long hair, and he's heavy. I'd say this cat probably weighs 15, 20 pounds. He's as big as...
You got somebody, Aiden, just donated $2.
I know, but I got a cat. Aiden, ding, 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 ding. Thanks, bud. I like this cat.
That's Shop Cat.
That's Shop Cat.
Very cool. It's amazing how they choose you,
Yeah. He'll stay like this he would stay like this for the rest of the live feed, but he's starting to get heavy.
Yeah.
Aren't you?
Yeah.
He's about ready to go to sleep. Aren't you?
Yeah, I wish my cat would do that. The only time that my cat actually didn't mind being either on my lap or in my arms is when I was driving down here. When I moved here from Seattle to Arizona, she was freaked out the entire road trip. And we had to stop a couple times, at a hotel or motel. And she never left my side. As soon as we got into my apartment, I was in an apartment for a couple months before I bought my house. And as you can hear her, she's like, she wants out now. After she got comfortable moving in, that was it. She's like, no more lap. Yeah, I'm done with you. So
he's eyeing me like he's like, I'm climbing up in your lap. I was sitting out here one day. I play because my TV is right there and my PlayStation and everything. So I basically live in my garage.
Yeah, you do.
It's I even put a carpet. I put a rug down so I didn't have to wear sandals. Like I've got my shoes off.
You're like me though. I wear sandals. That's pretty much all I wear. Of course, we're in areas of the nation where you can get away with that.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, it was 78 degrees here in Phoenix today. It was crazy.
I have not.
Stacey, you're welcome. And I would love to have you send some photos of your cats too. Just hit me up on IG. I love cats. So
we haven't been that lucky here lately. When I got sick here, what was that? Beginning of last week, I got sick, caught the flu, and I was sick. And I woke up. So I woke up early Monday when I wound up in the hospital. So it would have been Sunday night, Monday morning. I can't remember what day. At any rate, it was 34 degrees outside. And I woke up and I was like, man, it's kind of chilly. I'll go down and turn the furnace on. When I opened my bedroom door, because I had the vaporizer and stuff on, because I didn't feel good. And I was like, I think I need to go see the doctor. And I walked outside my bedroom door, and it was chilly in my bedroom, but it wasn't cold. I walked outside into the hallway to walk downstairs and turn the furnace on. I'm like, why can I see my fucking breath? What the fuck is going on here?
I think it got down to like 34 degrees here. It was really cold. Yeah.
It's been in the 30s almost every night.
Yeah.
For like a week and a half now.
I don't know. Where did I put my phone? I don't know where I put my phone, but I think tonight's supposed to get down into like the upper 30s, and then it's supposed to like warm up. So anybody who's looking for a place to go for the holidays that's warm, we're supposed to be up like in the 80s again this Sunday. I think it's crazy.
It's 50 degrees outside right now. It's 65 degrees in my garage. It's supposed to be 37 tonight.
Wow.
Yeah, and that's like back home shit. I'm like, I left Ohio for a reason. My mom's like, how come you don't come home for Christmas? I'm like, frozen water still falls out of the fucking sky.
Well, people think that just because you're, Arizona, the desert, that it never rains, it never snows. That's not true. We've actually had snow here. Last year we had snow in Scottsdale. I had hail and freezing grass outside, here in Chandler.
We were at my friend's house in Casa Grande for Christmas one year, and we went to Scottsdale, and it snowed then. And that was, my daughter was little, because Rich only had one son instead of 4 at the time. Oh my gosh. His oldest is the same age as my kids, so they're 14. He's got one that's 13. He's got one that's 12. He's got one that's 8, and he's got one that's 5. And I'm like, why? Like, I have one, and there's times I would gleefully throw her out of a moving vehicle. I'm like, I can't imagine having 4. Like, I just couldn't do it.
And see, I can't say that because I don't have kids of my own. So yeah, everybody tells me, once you have a child, that's it. You're going to regret for certain parts. And it's like, I can't see that,
I don't regret it. I don't, it's like marrying.
Not regret, but there are going to be times when you just want to toss your kid out of the car. Right. I mean,
there's times where I'm just like standing in the kitchen, drinking coffee and looking at her. And I'm just like, I see her and I'm like, I'm going to the garage.
Yeah. I have a niece who's here, and she probably can hear me through the wall here because she's on the other side of the office. Or actually, no, she's in the guest room. I'm sorry. It's swear to God, her and I are so alike, and her parents hate it because I'm kind of like the bastard child, the black sheep of the family, single, totally, foul mouth, the only time that I really put on a filter is like when I'm working, because I work for a large company. So I have to be very careful, and I do talk to some upper leadership people at times. And yeah, but other than that, I'm pretty, like Cards Against Humanity. That's like my style, right?
I play Evil Apples on my phone.
There you go. There you go.
Well, and I don't even win by points. I win by attrition. Like other people are like, I can't, this is fucked up. I gotta go. That's how I usually win games. Is other people are like, I can't play with this guy. This guy that's
yeah. We're actually going to be playing that tomorrow night with her family. So my brother and my sister-in-law and my nephew. He's turning 19 on Christmas Day.
Yeah,
and she's 21. No, she just turned 22, and then her boyfriend's here as well. And so we're going to play Cards Against Humanity at my house tomorrow night. All I can say is I predict that Maya, my niece, will win, because she's got a mind that's a lot more demented than mine, and mine's pretty bad. So
I played Cards Against Humanity with a friend and his wife, and he told me later, he goes, yeah, my wife said you're not allowed to come to the house anymore. But we're playing Cards Against Humanity.
Did she get up and leave halfway through the game?
Yeah, like she quit the game. She like put her glass of wine down and she was looking at me and I was like, what? And she goes, that's horrible. And I'm like, that's the point of the game.
Hey, Aiden's got a good idea. And actually, I was on one it was Tri-State and his wife. They were Cole, and they were doing Cards Against Humanity the other night. It was so much fun. So they were playing against each other.
Actual Cards Against Humanity. I have the app on my phone for Evil Apples, which is basically they've come out with a card game for it now, but it's basically the same thing. But like I bought all the decks and I have
eggs.
Yeah, and so it's insane all the stuff I have access to, and then I have like won so many games that I have because you have to like use coins for you have to use coins for the wild cards. But the fact is, I'm so horrible that like I have like 6,000 coins because I've won so many games. And so I just anytime I want to do a wild card, like I was telling somebody the other night, it was like one of the questions was like, what gets the nuns all hot and bothered? And I'm like, oh, wild card, the Pope's cock.
The Pope, yeah, you were mentioning that. That was funny. That's a great answer. My niece was telling me she says one of my best answers ever was, how did you lose your virginity? And she said one of the answers she had was Make-A-Wish Foundation. So some really demented stuff. So yeah,
I had there's a couple cards that will work for so many scenarios, but there was one time it was like what ruined life on the reservation, and I had the smallpox blankets card.
That's hilarious.
And I was like, I'm playing that one. And everybody was like, I'm not, you know what? I don't have anything. I don't even.
Well, hey, you're only playing the cards that you're dealt, right? So
it's not like I wrote that. It's not
exactly.
I just play. And that's what I was trying to. That's what I was trying to tell my buddy. I was like, why is your wife all bent? He goes, bro, you know my wife. And I was like, not as well as I thought I did.
I was going to say probably not as well as you thought.
Apparently, she got all bent.
Yeah. So we're going to play that tomorrow night at my house. And then my parents have, what is it? Apples to apples or apples to orange? What is that?
Apples to apples. That's what Evil Apples is. It's like,
we're going to do that on another night because that's a little bit more tame. I mean, my dad's 85, my mom's 74, my grandmother's 93. So I doubt they're going to take and have a really good time playing Cards Against Humanity with our sick-minded.
I got news for you. Like, I don't know why everyone fucking tiptoes around kids. Yes. I don't know why everybody tiptoes around old people. They fuck too.
Well, if you knew my grandmother,
the same shit that we all did, and probably did it worse.
Yeah. My grandmother is like straight out of not a Hallmark film, but her, let's just say that she's the most God-fearing woman that I know. So she's very, very religious.
I'm watching Blaze. I have Blaze TV up in the background pretty much all the time. And I just saw a picture in the background and it's the Cuomo brothers. And I'm like, it's a hilarious. I can't tell you what it is. It's pretty hilarious. If you guys don't watch Blaze TV, you should. It's hilarious. Like if you want to see some hilarious political commentary, watch Blaze TV.
Well, there's some stuff that was posted up, I think, by the White House. It's actually on their website. And I'm not going into politics, guys, but this is pretty funny. But it says, thank you, for those who are vaccinated, blah, blah, blah. And then it says, for those who aren't vaccinated, get ready for lots of death and suffering and blah, blah, blah for the holidays. Literally, that's on the White House website.
I'm tired.
I couldn't believe it. You can't make stuff up. You just cannot make it up. You know what
I miss? I miss when you used to be able to tell a joke and no one got all upset.
Yeah, we're in different times, Mike. So
that's what I was saying. That's like you're tiptoeing around your grandparents and your parents and shit, knowing that they got away with much more horrible shit than you can do in public now. And,
yeah, I'm sure. Yeah. But I'll be honest. My grandmother did grow up very, very pure. And
we did too. But like, I guarantee, like it's like I'm reaching. I'm getting old. Like people are like, oh,
you and I are about the same age. So
I'm 47.
I turned 47 in June next year, so I'm getting
to that age. I'm getting at an age where my daughter's friends, like they're like, "Ooh, watch out, your dad's here," and my daughter has to tell us, like, don't think for a second that my dad's one of those old dudes that like just like my dad would sit down here and be like, "Wait, what the fuck are you guys talking about?" I'll go in
That's
and
probably why I like the knife community so much, because when it comes to it's like Jared and I have become pretty good friends the last few months since I've, gotten a chance to work with him, and we've talked for hours on the phone, and I don't look at age. That's the thing, Mike. I don't look at age. It has nothing to do with age. It's all about what's up here in your mindset.
You know what? The only thing I've noticed about getting older is I forget people's names a lot more.
Yeah, I tend to do that at times. I do.
Well,
my mind is
definitely should know. Like I was
less sharp.
I was talking about something in some movie, and I was like, the one with the guy from Fight Club, and they're like, you mean Brad Pitt? I was like, yeah, that guy, and they're like, how the fuck do you forget that dude's name? I'm like,
hey, really quick, Mike, Shane. Hey, Shane, sorry that you are sick, especially during the holidays, but I hope you get to feeling better.
I'm gonna try and hook this back up so you guys can see.
I'm trying to pay attention to the comments here too, guys, so I apologize.
Good. I'm glad someone is. I'm trying to get the studio cam back up because we had it set up, and then I started having audio coming from it. And
what's the difference between scene in the Titanic still had all its anchors? Nice.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that I've seen from them talking about CNN and the Cuomos. Like,
that's cool.
The difference between CNN and the Titanic.
All right. Oh, my cat's back. Yeah, I hear you. She's giving me grief. Well, thanks for letting me come on. I think this is the first time I've actually done a live since I've been have joined the the knife community. So I know a lot of you guys know I've heard of my name, obviously, Neves and Bees, and I'm on a few different ones. But as far as my knife adventure, I'm pretty new to the whole scene. My brother was really heavily into collecting knives up until about 6 years ago. He ended up losing his job, and he was out of work for about 2.5 years. He had to sell the majority of his collection off. And we were talking last year, and I'd gotten into Olites and collecting Olites. And he's like, hey, do you have a decent pocket knife yet? And I was like, you know what? I really don't. And then I bought my first Spyderco Delica 4. And that was the knife that really kind of set things in motion. And let's just say I've gone down that rabbit hole.
Next thing you know, you're gonna have one of these.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, oh, you got the donkey dick knife. I love this knife. It's so useful.
I would love to have one of those, but I'm not ready for that level yet.
I told someone one time, they were like, oh, I've never gotten a handle on. I was like, well, if it wasn't for the fact it's literally in my pocket all the time.
So this is one that Jared sent to me. You probably recognize it. It's one that you and I have kind of debated back and forth about.
Yeah, I just don't see, like, there's are they good knives? Yes. Should they demand the price they do? No, absolutely. No, there are some. I will tell you, there are absolutely some areas that should.
The market sets the price because, Mike, how many people actually spend $800-900 for a knife like this? A lot of people.
Yeah, a lot of people do. I'm just saying, like, there's some knives that I can justify the price, and there's some knives I can't. For me,
am I saying that the price justifies, the materials? Probably not. But I will say this, Mike. This knife, in terms of fit and finish for a production level knife, is pretty damn good.
Oh, you're never going to hear me say they're not good knives. Yeah. I'm just saying, like, for $800, there's so many other things I would get.
Oh, sure.
That are leaps and bounds when you look at, like, fit and finish. Like, I can get an $800 knife that is fit and finish and bells and whistles way above a Shirogorov. Are they good knives? Yes. And some of them definitely do justify that price. And I do have to say that multi-row bearing system that they use, that it's like an IKBS where it's a ring and then you have to drop the bearings in individually. Not something that you should fly into blind if you've never taken one apart, because you take it apart and those bearings are like, oh, they're not like locked into the race. The race just kind of keeps them in one spot.
Keep them in line, right?
Yeah.
Well, Jared told me that he's never opened this knife. He's never opened it up, and he's never had to center. He's never had to fidget with the screw, the pivot screw, nothing. And I will say this: this is the most comfortable handle I have ever felt in a knife.
They are pretty comfortable.
There's
have
no
to
hot
agree.
spots on this knife
No.
whatsoever. And with my big hands, because you and I have huge hands,
Yeah.
this thing just
Well, that's why I like the Norseman, is because it gives
unbelievable.
me that big beefy handle and all of that. But yeah, I mean, I would never say they're not great knives. I didn't like any of the brown knives until I got a brown Cortex in.
Right.
And that completely changed my. There are some Shiros that I've had and handled. I'm like, okay, that's a $1,200 knife, if not more.
Right.
But not all of them.
Yeah. The cool thing about this one, and granted, could I see myself paying, more than maybe $500 to $700 for this knife? Yes, and I'll tell you why. If you look at the detail of the scales and how they contoured it with the micro milling, it's just enough to where it provides just enough grip.
Their micro milling is on point. There's a couple of folks that react on their carbon fiber. The micro milling is fucking stellar.
This is really good.
Yeah, it is theirs. I have to admit, it is good. And I have to say, I think that Shirogorov gets their carbon fiber about as good as anyone in the knife world. Like, you're not going to find someone that does it better. You're going to find other people that do it as well. They're on the same plane as a lot of companies that are just way up there. I don't like the way they do their micarta. I think it's too finished. But I'm not gonna lie. What's the steel on that one? Is it S90?
This is 20. I think this is no, it's M390. It is M390.
M390 is another option that I like. I've made a lot of knives in 20 CV. I honestly would take M390 over 20 CV. As much as I like making knives, 20 CV is a lot more inconsistent than M390, even though they are basically the same steel.
Yeah.
It's the powdered metallurgy. They're on like 5th gen, and CPM is not only having some. I'm eventually, when everything comes to light, as someone who bought a bunch of 20 CV and had to trash some blanks, I don't want to get into the whole thing, but because I don't want to be one of those, clout chasers and stirring the pot. Because as I had someone in the military tell me one time, that he who stirs the pot oftentimes must lick the spoon. And if you're stirring up shit, that's not a pot spoon. That's not the spoon you want to lick. But I had a lot of problems with 20 CV, and from what I understand, they were known issues, and it got sold anyway. If I was to start buying steel to make knives again, I would try to find some M390. I'm going to get the same benefits out of it that I want, and I'm going to get more consistent, more even, cleaner, crisper steel with less issues and inclusions and problems in it. Like, I literally had to throw away what could have been almost $4,000 worth of.
Yeah, I remember you were talking about that story here a few months back.
Yeah, and
that's a shame. It really is.
It's a shame, because 20 CV is a really good steel.
So let me ask you this, Mike, being the fact that you design and make your own knives, and when it comes to like finding a good reputable dealer vendor for steel, how do you know? I mean, do you go based on word of mouth?
Here's the thing, like, if you get it straight from the manufacturer, that's probably your best bet. I ordered all my steel through Niagara Specialty Metals, and 20 CV was being made like for Niagara Specialty Metals by CPM. If you can get it directly from the company, that's great. But then, I cannot buy enough steel for Bowler to even talk to me. They're like, how much do you want to buy? I'm like, I want to buy like a half a sheet. They're like, it's like $1,000. We don't sell anything more than a half ton. Wow. And I'm like, okay. So you have to go through places, but there's some reputable ones. You have, what is it? USA Knife Maker. You can get stuff through them. There's a handful of New Jersey Steel Baron, but they really are subjected to there's a lot of weird delays that come with New Jersey Steel Baron. I mean, it just depends. Like, you can get it through USA Knife Maker, AKC. There's all kinds of places. If I'm going to get Damascus, the next time I get a billet of Damascus, I'm going through Vegas Forge. to get some Damascus, and I'm going to do something special. But Steel Baron's a good one. Niagara Specialty Metals. But I mean, there's so many places you can find steel. Just look at them and see, just look them up, and you can see if people have been talking about it on the knife forums.
Right. Well, that's the beauty of the internet. You have, people will rate, we hope honestly, but I mean, obviously there are some people out there that just don't give a flying, what?
Yeah.
So, hey, really quick. This was a flashlight that Lefty suggested on his, I think he was on Stevie Wonder Woman's live the other night.
Oh, you mean Kevin? Yeah.
Yeah, Kevin. He, this is like a $60 titanium flashlight. That's 650 lumens. It's Type C charging, and it's magnetic on the cap. I'll be honest, this is an amazing pocket carry for $60. And if anybody's looking, I have that one too. That's the Baton 2. I
like
the
right? Olight Baton 3.
Is that the Baton 3?
It's magnetic and it's rechargeable. It's magnetically rechargeable, and it's got multiple, and it is 1200 lumens. It's
I won't even tell you how many of those I have.
If you guys need a flashlight, I have an
remember I'm an
Olight
collector, so I have a ton of those. Let me take and pull it up, guys.
That's actually pretty cool.
What's that?
Can you see the background, my green screen? Like, look, you can see the...
Yeah, I can see it. That is pretty cool. You got the white spot on there. So what's cool about this flashlight, though, is just its simplicity. That's bright. So there's on high right there. That's 650 lumens. But you can also go into moonlight mode. And there's 3 levels to the moonlight mode. And you also have that mode, which is your strobe. But for $60, it's Dapper. Let me take and get the website, guys.
I was gonna say that's a cool. I like flashlights. I really don't think I have the Warrior 3, and while that thing's great, it doesn't sit in your pocket real great. I don't think anything's gonna dethrone my little Baton 3 for a while.
Now you know which Olights I carry the most. I carry like the i3Es and the i5Es. They're a little bit more compact. Those are the AA and the AAA ones.
Yeah, I have the AA one here in brass, and it's going to be a
Dapper design. Can I throw up a link to this, Mike? Is there a way I can do that?
Are you a moderator?
I'm not one of your mods. No.
Then no, I don't think you can.
Who's on right now? That's a mod. Do we have Aiden still on?
I think Kyle is. Kyle Mason might be. Aiden, I believe, is.
So if you guys want to check it out, K Mason's on. Yeah, Dapper Ion. Thank you, K. That's the one. Dapper Ion. Dapper Designs is the name of the company. If you just look up in Google Dapper flashlight, it'll pull it up. So really cool little flashlight.
I don't want to stay on here too much longer because I want to get I got to do FaceTime with my daughter. She's in Japan. But I wanted to remind everybody. So this month's members giveaway for the paying members is the Silex.
Oh, whippersnapper. Stacy. I'm so happy. That's awesome that you mentioned it. That's a cool knife, Mike.
I like the fact that
I won't steal your thunder. Can you bring it in? Yeah, there you go. Now we can see it.
Yeah, it's so cool this is the CJRB Silex. I'm doing this as a giveaway.
Now, what's the seal on that?
It's ARRPM 9.
Okay, so it's their proprietary, right?
Yeah, and I really like that steel a lot. Some people have been like, "Oh, it's crap." I find this steel to be extremely good for a budget knife because it holds up really well. Too small for me. I couldn't get past it.
This is not mine. This is another one that Jared sent to me.
Yeah.
But Stacy, I think for I don't know how big your hands are as a woman, but I will say that this knife will probably fit really well. I know this knife is just so small to me, but I'll be honest, Mike, the front flipping action on this, and I know you're not a big front flipper, but seriously, the front flipping action on this knife is fantastic.
I didn't dislike the front flipping action on that one. My buddy Tino has one, and I didn't dislike it. I just I like some of the other Olamics so much better. The busker, I like the busker way better than I like the whippersnapper.
Yeah, I can see what the appeal to this knife is, though, but For the price, though, I don't know if I would pay as much for this knife as what.
How much are the whippersnappers?
These are about $600 starting.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much standard with an Olamic.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that they're made in Italy and they finish them here in the United States, and they do a damn good job on the finishing. There's no doubt about it.
Can you guys see this? This VOT FYI. This is all spam. So if you guys are moderators, I'm going to take care of this one again.
Kick them out.
I just blocked the users because they're bot accounts.
So the other one that I have the hinder, like I said, Jared also sent me. Where did it go? I just had the thing.
Oh yeah, I got one.
Hold on, I got one other. Where did it go? I just had the thing in my hand.
Why are there knives and like you roll over in the middle of the night? Like
I probably rolled right on top of it. That's probably what I did. Yep, I did. All right. So you guys probably remember this one. Jared shows this one on his channel a lot. This is the Riot K2.
Yep, the Riot K2.
And I'll tell you what, handle on this one's pretty damn comfortable too.
Okay, so I had a K2.
Nice
I didn't carry it all that much, and I'm like, I'll just get rid of it, and I sold it.
You should.
And now I see how much I see how much they're going for on the secondary, and I'm like, I sold it. I sold it because I got it it was a gift to the channel. So I got it, and I was like, you know what? It doesn't matter. The guy wanted it, and I sold it, for like $200. And I see how much they're going for. I'm like, I was an idiot.
Yeah. Well, I can see why. This is probably one of Riot's better designs. I mean, it's a pretty simple design, but gosh, the handle on this thing is so comfortable.
Yeah.
If you guys can pick one of these up, for I would say maybe under 350 on the secondary market, I think you're getting a pretty damn good knife for that. So
I've seen them. I haven't looked for a while, but I know that for a while they were going for way more than that.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I found a Malice, a wee Malice with the flame titanium. So the same one that Jared has. Yeah. I was up in Washington back in August visiting family, and I got into a bidding war with some guy on eBay. Ended up paying a little bit more than I wanted to, but I'll tell you what, I can see what the appeal to that knife is.
The K2 is a really good knife. It's a really, I don't even like Tontos all that much usually, and it's a really good knife.
Yeah, this one I think is definitely worth the money if you can find it. Like I said, around 350 or less. You'd be finding that's a good deal, really good deal.
What's up, Andrew? So I'll tell you what, guys, I'm going to end this because, well, I've been filming stuff since like 6 o'clock this morning and had a busy guy, Mike. I think I told you guys, like my doctor watches my YouTube channel and my Instagram, and he sent me a message. You guys, you got a 9:40 appointment. I got to look at that hand. And I'm like, God damn it. He just
thanks for having me on, and I'd love to join you again.
Yeah, we can do it. We can do it sometime. I don't know if there's going to be a live feed Wednesday. I do need to do a full announcement for the December giveaway. I just haven't had a chance. It's been hectic. It's been nuts.
Good to see you too, Kay.
Who?
Oh, Kay just said, "Great to see you, cue ball."
Oh, Mason. Hey, so, hang on a second.
Now you can put an ugly face to the name.
Well, I'm getting ready to go to bed, David.
There's Eggs. Hey, Eggs, how's it going?
What's up, cue ball? What's up, Mike?
You guys gonna stay in the background. So we were in whose feed were we in?
Starting to get good.
Was that Cole's feed that you and John were in? And after the end, you and John.
Have a good night, Stacey.
In the green room.
Have a Merry Christmas.
In the green room.
So you know how like when so we ended the live feed and then Cole went to bed and then me, you, and John stayed in the.
Oh yeah. It was Cole's. So,
I don't know if everyone that uses StreamYard knows this. As long as the other people are still logged in, even if the person that set it up leaves and logs out, everybody else can stay in.
Oh yeah,
like this.
Mm-hmm.
After the live ends, Cole left and then came back and he was like, "What the fuck? You guys are still here?"
Yep.
That's too funny.
Well, it's been a couple hours. I'm still tired. I'm going to end this. I got to figure out a way to brush this cat's teeth because there's been twice now that he yawned and I'm like, good God, you've got bad breath.
Hey, Mike, don't even think about going to the vet and having them quote you on how much it costs to get the teeth cleaned.
Why is it nuts?
Oh my Lord. I was quoted a little over $800.
Here's the
Take
thing.
him to Petco.
Yeah.
Also, here's the thing. This is not my cat. This cat just decided that this
Mike,
He
Mike,
just decided.
it is your cat now. It chose you.
Yeah,
No,
It
that's
is
how
not my
cats
cat.
work, bro.
It's not my cat. We're its people.
Yeah.
There's
That's how cats
okay,
work.
fine. You're its people, but you guys are attached now. So
The,
I'm sure that
so-
if something were to happen, you would take the cat to the
I
vet.
would. I already bought the cat a
Family.
$60 flea collar. And
So,
shit.
well,
But
hey,
he's,
wishing everybody a very Merry Christmas. I'm sure I'll see a few of you guys on live streams. I'll say, pop in and say hello. But I do have family in town, so I'm going to be spending a lot of time with them this week.
Well, you have fun.
But yeah,
I have
everybody
no
just have a
family
great time.
in town. My family decided like, hey, you know what? Fuck Christmas. We're going to Japan. And I'm like,
I'll be here. Thanks. Bye.
I guess
we're going to
I'll stay here.
Sedona on Wednesday, so we're going to be there till Thursday, and then come on back for Christmas Eve. So it should be a lot of fun. But I don't get to see my brother and the family that often, so this is definitely a treat, and I'm gonna enjoy it to the max. So,
well, thanks for
All right.
coming on. It's fun. I mean, we've always talked in the chat, but we've
hey,
never
budget guy. That's
So-
me. First time you guys have seen my face tonight,
Yeah.
right here on Mike Emler. Don't you forget it.
Yeah. This is where we did the face reveal, and everyone drink Howls. Okay, so just before I leave, I will try to do a feed on Wednesday. I do have to do an announcement still. I know it's almost end of the month, but this is CGRB CLAX is the giveaway. Go follow David. Go follow Q Ball, and yeah, I'm gonna do a couple more things this week. I don't foresee there being any delays or any non-filming days. I don't have family here, and I don't have any plans for the holidays, so. I'm going to put up a post. Vote on it if you want Saturday content, but don't just vote on it and say, yes, you want Saturday content, and then have me making content for Saturdays and no one watches it. So,
Are you talking
Fair
about
enough.
Christmas? You're going to be on Christmas?
yeah, I'll do Christmas. I'll do
I'm
Christmas.
going
live
to do
feed.
Christmas too.
I'll do a Christmas live feed.
I
I still want to get it hammered. Okay, so the plan is I'd like to get this hammered out, and this is the last thing. I say that all the time, but this is the last thing. New Year's Eve, I want to try and get somebody on the East Coast. I want to get somebody in Central Time, probably Jared. I want to get somebody in Mountain Time and West Coast, and we're just going to do a live feed across all. And as it's midnight where they are, they can drop
Raise our
out.
champagne.
Yeah,
There
and
you
we'll just do Happy New Year's 4 times
That'd be
across
fun.
the entire United States.
That would be a lot of fun.
That's what's up.
So yeah, so all right, guys,
Cool.
I'm out.
Bye, guys. Have a good
I'm gonna
night.
end it.
Happy
Talk
holidays.
to you later. Take it easy. Thanks for dropping in.
Absolutely.
And
My pleasure. It's fun.
3, 2, 1, and
Happy holidays.
broadcast.